Welcome to the Sooner Session Podcast, episode number 3. Today we're going to dive into a topic that every student has to think about eventually. Where are you going to live while you're at OU? We're going to be talking about the dorms, sorority and fraternity houses versus apartments, and each of our personal experiences living in each of these places. I'm your host, Gabby, and I'm here with
Grace,
Kieran,
and Jack.
And we are the Sooner Session Podcast.
Oklahoma sooner.
So first, we're going to start out by talking about all of the different dorms here at the University of Oklahoma. So I lived in Couch.
I lived in Walker.
I lived in Cross A.
I was also in Couch.
Yeah, so a little bit about the towers. They're not the nicest place to live, but I feel like the towers are definitely an experience that you need to have.
They're really
in
old.
college.
What
Yeah.
were they built? The 50s, I think?
Yeah,
My mom lived in the towers when she went here.
Yeah, that just tells you how old they are. I went to a cheer camp here when I was in, I think, middle school or like early high school, and we stayed in the dorms.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ended up living in the same tower a few years later, so that was interesting.
I did that too. I did a soccer camp here when
Yeah.
I was younger, and we stayed in Couch.
Yeah, I remember like seeing the dorms, and I was like, no way that people live in these. But once you make it like your homey vibe,
Yeah.
it's a lot better, I feel like. But now they're knocking down the towers. So there was Couch, Adams, and Walker, and they knocked down Adams, and they're
Yeah.
building super nice dorms there.
Do you know the name of that one? I don't know.
No.
It's really nice that it's already being
Yeah.
built.
So incoming freshmen definitely try to live there and not the towers. But the towers are an experience.
Builds a character, that's
It
for sure.
definitely builds
being
character.
able to share a room is definitely like the freshman year kind
Yeah.
of experience. If
Yeah.
you like your roommate.
I also think freshman year, you don't spend a whole lot of time in your room.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, you're either doing homework really fast and quick or just going to sleep.
Pretty
You are-
much.
You are always hanging out with people freshman year.
Yeah, I lived on a co-ed floor, and the guys next door to me were very loud and annoying. But they ended up being some of our best friends, so that was fun.
Yeah. How was your cross experience?
So I actually lived in Couch for like
Oh.
the first week of school, and I don't know. Some say lucky, I guess maybe unlucky. But,
Yeah.
I ended up moving across, and I loved it. I had my own bathroom for a whole semester, and my roommates were all in fraternity, so we just kind of all meshed together well, and it was nice like being alone a lot
Yeah.
of the time because, like you said, freshman year you're always with people. So I mean, I really liked it, and
Yeah.
I was right above Credo, so
Mhm.
it was really easy.
Was
But
it just two of y'all in Cross?
3 of us, and then someone moved in at the end, so like 4. But yeah, I had it pretty good.
How did y'all go about finding your roommates?
I just got randomly assigned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
It worked out
I don't
for
know
you?
if
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of.
That's pretty good.
Kinda.
Yeah, it's a story for another time.
My roommate was one of my good buddies from high school. And we just decided to team up.
Yeah, me too.
I found mine through the OU 2025 page. We ended up rushing the same sorority, but she flew out to Nashville to visit me before.
Really?
Yeah, we moved in, so it wasn't like an awkward.
Wait, that's
Like,
kind of
hey.
fun. Did you guys get along?
Yeah, we got along really well.
That's good.
Did you guys have Camp Crimson?
We only had to go for like 2 days because sorority rush started.
Okay.
I never went there. I never went to Camp
I don't
Crimson.
think we had it because of COVID.
Mm,
So I was always wondering like what went on and like how you have to
Wait.
meet everyone and
I
what
forget
it was.
because we're a grade older.
It was. I went to like 2 days of it too. It
Yeah.
was-
I went to the mandatory 2 days where you had to like take classes or whatever it
I
was.
had
Like,
no
do
idea.
you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
We had
Ours
to,
was
like,
like
take
team-
some
ours was,
program
like,
thing.
team building exercises. and stuff
Oh.
Like, that. Like
Oh.
touring campus and stuff.
No, yeah. I only went for 2 days and then rush started and I was out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get to experience Camp Crimson, but I mean, it doesn't.
You didn't miss out on
Yeah,
too
it
much.
doesn't like it this much.
Pretty much.
So where did you guys live sophomore year?
Sophomore year, I lived in the sorority house. I lived in Alpha Phi.
I also lived in the sorority house. I lived in Delta Gamma.
Nice.
And Jack and I both lived in Beta, separate years.
How was that? How was living in a fraternity house?
Yeah, how's that with like the parties and stuff like that? How do you manage
It's
to do
really
anything?
it's really fun, but gets old After,
Yeah, I would.
It's more like if it was like one semester, it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But
I lived in the house for 2 years. I lived in my junior year too. I mean, I didn't hate it. I thought sophomore year definitely got old quicker just because at the Beta house, it's like one side's more of the active side and one side's more of a chill side. And I feel like definitely sophomore year. If you're
Which
over on
side did
the
you
newer,
live
the
on?
older side, actually, it is dirtier, louder all the time. You just trying to hide away on the newer side of junior year and just mind your own.
Yeah.
literally.
So how's like the rooming situation set up at Beta? Like, how many people do you live with?
So there's lofts. So the majority of the old side's made of lofts. So it's like 2 people per loft. And either that's like one person's on the bottom, one person's on the top, or 2 people are on the top.
Gotcha.
And then all corners have 4-mans. I believe you lived in a 4-man.
Mm-hmm. And it's
But-
like a living room with a bedroom door. And
Yeah, and those are much, much better than the lofts. The lofts are awful. So, yeah, I was happy to get out. And then your junior year,
yeah,
the
so
new side.
yeah, the new side has like nicer, bigger rooms with like 2 bedrooms and a bigger living room. So if you're older, you definitely want to go for those nicer rooms.
Yeah. What about you guys, Rory? We never got to see. We never got to
No
see
one's
those.
seen the inside.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a secret. No. So, I mean, our roommate situation. I mean, at least for Alpha Phi, I think they're different for every house. But
Yeah.
we got to choose our roommates. So I chose 2 of my like good friends from high school, and we were in a 3-girl. So in Alpha Phi, there's 3 girls. There's like a few 3 girls, and then the rest are just 2-girl rooms. And there's like different setups that you can get, but yeah, the 3-girl was definitely super crowded, and so there was like a bed when you first walked in, and then like a bunk bed, and then one like right under the bunk bed, and I was on the bunk bed. So when we were moving in, it was definitely interesting, but I mean, it's fun. I loved it, but after a semester, I was so over it.
Personally, I hated living.
Really?
in- I didn't like. I mean,
Why?
I love my roommates. I live with them now, but I lived in a 4-girl room, and it was
It's
just
a lot.
That's a lot.
Were you guys
It's
like
a lot.
all in one room?
Yeah,
Like
but
no like a separate room? Like,
no, it's just
That's
bunk
how it
beds.
is with us too.
And
like,
That's
my
a
room
lot.
was personally the hangout room where other people would
That's
escape from
real.
their roommates. So it's just like we always had people in our room, but so that was kind of just exhausting. I'm also an only child, so it's just I'm kind of used
oh
to
yeah, that's different.
having
for
like
sure.
alone time too, which I never had. But the rooms are really nice there, I will say. But like it's pretty big. Like we had enough for like a couch and a coffee table and like a TV set up, and we all have our own vanities
Oh,
to
that's
get ready
nice.
with and like bunk beds and stuff. So they're pretty big. But no, I lived in a 4-girl. And DG, we have 2 girls, 3 girls, 4 girls, and we used to have 5, but they just changed those into gyms. So now we
That's
have
nice.
two gyms in our house, I think. So like each
We had
one.
one gym, and with our rooms, there like everybody had their own vanity, but that was it. Like it was literally just our beds and our vanities, and my closet was like this big.
Really?
Yeah, it was terrible. But you definitely learn how to make use of some space for
I
sure.
will say, we had really big closets. They were like the double-sided
Yeah, no, mine was
closets.
literally
It's
like
crazy. and
this
drawers.
wide.
So our
Very-
vanities were built in, so we got like all the drawers and stuff. Too.
Yeah, we had
Which is nice.
drawers, but it still felt like so tiny. And then, what was your guys' bathroom situation?
It was communal.
Yeah,
we
so
had
was ours.
2 bathrooms on each floor. I don't know how many girls. I mean, I think it's like 45 girls per floor because 90 girls can live in.
Same.
So it's our whole PC that lived in because we had about 95 in my PC or 90.
Yeah.
For sure.
Are you guys required to live in?
Yeah, we have to live in
So
unless you
are
have
we.
like an exception.
Yeah, that's how it
of
is
some
for
kind.
us
And
too.
if also, I don't know how they changed it, but if you're on exec, you also have to live in too. I know not every sorority's like that,
I think.
or some positions on exec.
Yeah, I know our president. They have like a
standards.
presidential suite, and it's like an actual bedroom, but they don't have their own bathroom. I don't think.
No, we all just have communal.
Yeah. Whenever I lived in, there was like a klepto that would steal like
Really?
everybody's stuff in the bathroom. Like girls' full shampoo bottles would go missing. Like everybody's mail would go missing, and we never figured out who it was.
That's
Huh.
crazy.
Yeah. So that was that experience.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go into Now we're going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be an upperclassman at the University of Oklahoma and kind of the different options for living when you're a junior and a senior. So my junior year, I got a lease with a bunch of girls. There was 6 of us total, and we lived in a house on Dean's Row, which is like right by Campus Corner. So that was super nice. We could walk to class and to Campus Corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I live in a little duplex next to Campus Corner, about 2 streets over from Dean's Row, on a street called Lynn, and it's five girls, including myself. So it's pretty nice, and we have Jack and Jill bathrooms, but we all have our own room and a really big closet. So
That's
it's
how
nice.
my junior year was. I shared a bathroom with one girl, so that was nice. And it was like my first time having an actual room because I had lived in the dorms and then
Yeah.
sorority house. So yeah, junior year is definitely super fun because you get like that freedom of kind of having like your own house type
Yeah.
thing.
Where did y'all live?
I lived at the infamous Yellow.
Oh
God.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't
So
wish,
How
you
was
should
that?
explain-
Yeah.
Explain to the
What's
viewers
Yellow?
what Yellow is.
Yellow is our like party house for Beta, and
Satellite.
it's the fraternity's house. Like you quickly find out, and I think every day there was freshmen in our backyard doing stuff, or freshmen asking every week to have parties, cops showing up every night. It was
Did y'all have to handle the cops if they came?
yeah,
Mm.
because all the freshmen are underage.
Yeah.
So we had some. Yeah, I actually got a ticket
Really?
last year for a noise complaint that I had to handle. It was like a 6-month ordeal. Like it was.
Did they pay it for you?
They did,
Okay.
but
That's
it was
nice.
it was on my record for like 6
Oh.
months, and I was on probation. But
Are
yeah,
you for real?
I would not.
Dang.
I would not
That's
wish. I
crazy.
would not wish it on anybody to live at that house because it's a nice house.
What made you choose to want to live in like the satellite house versus?
You don't really like realize how bad
Really?
it is until because it's like cool to live in Yellow.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like-
if you're the guys living in Yellow, it's cool, and like it's cool to. It's a nice house, kind of.
It's old.
Like
I
the
don't
turf,
know
the
about
turf
that.
backyard's cool. Like it was fun having.
Turf
a
is very
backyard.
nice.
I bet it's nice when there's not parties.
Exactly.
And like,
yeah.
because I mean, the only time I had been there was for parties. And
Yeah.
I always was like, I would
I've
hate
never
living
yeah.
here.
Yeah, it sucked, and like girls would.
I'd also say it's just like a hangout spot too for like people in your PC or
Yeah.
older. Just want to come over and hang out for a beer or something.
Yeah, exactly. Which is cool, but sometimes if you're
Yeah,
not,
it gets
you're not in
old.
the mood for that.
Yeah.
And also the girl makes you realize when girls are in groups, they're reckless.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that's-
They do not care about anything.
I bet the bathrooms were fun.
Oh my. I luckily didn't have to. I mean, you guys know like the upstairs bathroom.
Yeah.
My buddy, that was his bathroom, and oh my god,
That's a nightmare.
the
That
next
would be
morning
terrible.
it was like feral activity. The next morning, what was in there? Like there was some bad stories about that, but yeah, that was my junior year.
So would you say you regret living there?
Yeah, we actually just had to pay our landlord like damages, and it came out to like 7.5 grand.
Oh
my
All right, now we're going to talk about our senior year living situations. So, personally, I'm a 5th year, but I graduate in December. So, same with Jack. So my senior year, I still live there, but I live on Apache, which is like pretty much where a lot of college kids live, I would say. There's a couple families on that street, but it's mostly college kids, kind of like all the areas around Campus Corner. But yeah, we were the first to live in our like apartment complex, so it's newer, so it's super nice. And I actually just found a girl to cover my lease when I graduate, so I'll be moving out of there soon, but highly recommend.
Yeah. I live in the same house as I did sophomore year. So that was nice not having to that was the first time not having to move out and get
Yeah.
a storage unit or drive everything home.
That is one thing about college is like you have to move every single year pretty much unless you re-sign a lease or something. But yeah, it's a lot of work.
What about you? Where did you move to after
I live
Yellow?
on Monet,
Oh,
so I mean it's like literally the last house on Monet, like the big,
Is it tall?
yeah,
Okay.
with like the balcony.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome. We all have like our own. There's 5 units. Every unit has their own kitchen, and then everyone has their own room and bathroom. So
that's nice.
Yeah.
it's nice. And the wall, like, because I always lived on the other side of campus, so living near the bars is like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like being able to walk like 5
Yeah.
minutes to the bars is
And then to class.
Yeah,
Everything's really
so
nice.
nice.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend to all the freshmen or incoming freshmen that live somewhere where you can walk to campus quarter and to school, like to class, because it makes your life way easier because parking here is terrible.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Also, the parking at the towers is not great
Oh,
either.
yeah, at the dorms. That's not fun.
Especially at night. Like if you go on a late night like run with your friends
You're
or something
fighting for
to go do
spots, yeah.
something, you'll be circling for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then you have to park like a mile away. So be prepared for that. Alrighty, so that wraps up our episode 3 of the Sooner Session podcast, where we talked all about living at the University of Oklahoma. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at sooner.session.podcast.
Oklahoma sooner, Oklahoma sooner.